Hello friends, so in this session we'll be talking about a very beautiful chapter which is called as a circle. Okay, now in this chapter it becomes very important for us to understand the definition of a circle first. So here we go, let's take up a circle and we have a center O over here. Okay, fine. Now definition of a circle says that circle is actually a set of points in a given plane. But, my dear friends, can we say that all the set of points in a plane are exactly called as circle itself? No, we cannot call it as a circle. Observe this diagram very carefully. This is a plane and there are some points over here, okay? But is this point in a plane called as circle? No, my dear friends. So, what we learn is that any points in a plane cannot be a circle, my dear friends, right? So, moving ahead now, let's understand the basics of this circle and definition with more clarity now. So what we will do is, we take up a circle with same center O, and there are certain conditions in defining a circle, so we are going to look at those conditions now. So what we will do is, we will drop three perpendicular lines from center O. So here we go, we drop the first particular perpendicular line from center O and name it as A. Second perpendicular line from center O and label it as B. Third perpendicular line from center O and name it as C. Okay. Now what we will do is, we take a scale and we measure the distance between OA, OB and OC, and we observe that distance is exactly 3 centimeters, which is same in all the three cases. Right, my dear friends? Fine. So what we observe is that OA, observe my cursor, OA is equals to OB is equals to OC. Right, my dear friends? Fine. So we can say that all the points are actually equidistant from point O. And what is point O? Point O is actually the center or midpoint of the circle. Okay? Read it once again. All the points are equidistant from point O. Here you can see all the points are equidistant because there is equal distance of 3 centimeter between them. Alright, my dear friends? Fine. So we can define circle as actually a set of points in a plane which are at a fixed distance from a fixed point. Right, my dear friends? Fine. Now observe these points very carefully. OA, OB, OC, OD and OE. Right? What can you say about these points? Yes, they are actually equal, which means OA is equals to OB is equals to OC equals to OD equals to OE. And why? Because these points are actually equidistant from a fixed point O. Right? So that was actually the definition of a circle, which says that it is a set of points in a given plane which are at a fixed distance from a fixed point. Right? Now, moving ahead. Note this, my dear friends, that this fixed distance is actually called as a radius. So this OA is actually the radius of a circle. And how many such radii can we draw from a circle? Infinite, my dear friends. Okay, so we can draw infinite number of radii in a circle, right? Now let us understand few more elements of a circle, and for that what we will do is, we will take two distinct points C and D over here and we will join them. So what we get is actually a segment, okay? And this is called as a segment CD, right, my dear friends? And remember this thing very carefully, such a segment is actually called as a chord. Alright, so what is a chord? It is a segment joining two distinct points on a circle, right? Fine. Now how many chords can we draw in a circle? Yes, perfect. We can draw infinite number of chords in a circle. Remember this thing, right? Now if you have a look at this line PQ, you will say that this is also an example of a chord, right? But no, this is actually a special type of a chord because it passes through the center. Okay, it passes through the center O. So such a line is actually called as a diameter, right, my dear friends? Now observe this logic very carefully. This is a radius, okay, and this is a diameter. Can I say that diameter is actually the 2 times of radius, right? Observe this very carefully. I am saying it once again. Diameter is actually 2 times of a radius. Okay, fine. So what is a diameter? It is actually a chord passing through the center of a circle. Fine. Now what we will do is, remember this thing very carefully. We can draw infinite number of diameters in a circle, right? So moving ahead now, let us consider this line L over here. Fine. Now I ask you a simple question. Does this line L intersect the circle in two distinct points? The answer is yes. And which are those points? Yes, those points are nothing but M and N. Right, my dear friends? Fine. So remember this thing very carefully. Such a line is called as a secant. Okay? What do you call it as? It is called as a secant. So we label secant over here. And this is the definition of a secant, which says a line intersecting a circle in two distinct points is called as a secant.